everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Always so happy to find you here. I do upload on Thursdays. So if you have subscribed, and you should have by now, and invite a friend too, you will be alerted when I have uploaded new content for your review. And of course, my pleasure. It's definitely my pleasure to do so. And yeah, I upload twice a week now, but I don't know the promised other day, but certainly on Thursdays. I will continue uploading. I wanted to address the topic of dark things to light today. And particularly, um, there's so much talk nowadays about consciousness and awareness and being awake. And sometimes I hear people use those terms, and I think I know what they mean, and I know what they're trying to say. But from the language of it, you can tell what a person really knows about the path of consciousness and the actual practice of it. When I hear people say, "Oh, we have a good vibe," and I vibe well with him, and he has such good energy, and things like that. It's kind of a common talk. It's a, to me, it's a commonality of the words instead of a practice and a true understanding and a study of them. So, having said that, and this topic won't get into that, but having said that, it is my opinion, is my view that we are not just in our country, but kind of worldwide. We're in this, and this is just my view. We're in this sense of conscious awakening, expanding our understanding to things that we didn't know before, or we knew differently before, or we are learning differently before. And some of these truths are hurtful and paralyzing, but some of them are expanding and knowledgeable and educational, and we're glad we know. So let me give you a couple of examples to kind of tie this in for me to you about what I mean. A couple years ago, when we first got into COVID, and COVID was about to be called a pandemic, other things started happening to vying for that space. So energy requires a space in order in for it to be invited in and sit. First of all, so when COVID first happened, and then everyone was impacted by it, right here in our country, these are the other impacts of COVID. Now, keep in mind, COVID is a pandemic, so it's worldwide, but each country has its impact outside and around COVID. Here in this country, here are some of those immediate impacts. Kobe Bryant died in the helicopter accident that was just ripping. And all of these were like, oh, like that. So first it was Kobe. And then it was the George Floyd situation, which went worldwide. So that started hitting because everybody could see it. I can't breathe. Mom, calling for his mom. Protests started happening. Riots started happening. They want to call it riot. It was never a riot. So the terminology, which made it seem negative. A protest is meant to be an advocacy. It's meant to be positive. It's a cry out for change. So when you call it a riot, the language via villainizes it. So then you have that. There were other Black Lives Matters issues of many Black Lives lost. I just can't even name them all. All of this is going on. And now work stops. And then should we take the COVID shot? And then people are at home more time than they should be. And there's friction at home for a lot of people. They're not accustomed to being in close quarters. You can't go out. You need to wear a mask. All of this was happening. And then you hear the report and people are dying and people, all of this is putting pressure and more pressure on things we can't control. on things we can't control. And then there's so many of them. And anyone you're talking to check in with, because we can't even see people. So we have to talk. They're feeling it too. So there's the pressure. This is what I mean about dark things to light, the unknown, things we thought were hidden that come out now to be revealed before you, bringing it down even more closely to an individual point of view. Shady ways. You were shady. Now your own shady ways are being revealed. Just like the city council in Los Angeles, just here recently. The conversation they were having that was recorded showed such hatred in their heart for them to, one, say it, and then two, not even feel it needs to be corrected, and then three, won't step down. So the shady ways are being revealed, the unknown parts. You ghost a person, you immediately feel the pain. Yes, I don't care who you are. It's an immediate response from the universe. And you have to carry that on your own because you're too embarrassed to say you ghosted somebody in the first place. You lost that business partner. You took money from a spouse or a business partner or a friend that you didn't pay. And all of that's coming back. All of these unknown things. It's like, the universe is like, it's like that. I'm bringing these examples up to say that when the personhood of humanity is being exposed, it's the darkness coming to light. It's the ways of a person being revealed. It is your actions and your choices that's being presented on a broader scale. The Me Too movement is a perfect example of that. Most people thought the Me Too movement came about with Hollywood and Harvey Weinstein. No, that's when it became popular because it was on a broader scale. The Me Too movement, I think it came about in 2006. I know it's a part of something that my profession has to learn about because it's sexual harassment in the workplace most of the time. I want to say it's 2006. I can't be wrong about that. I think it's 2006. But we didn't really hear about it on a broader scale until 2017. So 11 years later, this is why, using that same example, I love you, stay with me. 99.9% of your HR issues, especially sexual harassment, are even in a settlement. We can't let them know we did that. And there's a fight to prove that we didn't do that because the image of the company is more important than the actions of the person. And we can't dare let society think we're that bad. This is what I mean by dark things coming to light. And they're broad. All these women started coming out, not just Harvey, I mean, names and hundreds of names. I often reference back to that because it's a part of my profession to understand and know about that. But this is what I mean about dark things in relationships. The cheater episodes. I've done a few talks on the cheater episode. It's when they get caught, it's like, oh my God, oh, I didn't mean it. Yes, you meant it. You got caught. And it's like they're in headlights. Oh my God. It's the panic. Because now you realize you've lost what was so precious to you. Why did you sacrifice it? Why did you take a chance with that? She was was your love elixir. He was your heart's desire. Why would you do that? The dark things coming to light. The trauma within you, which you refuse to acknowledge. So your drama and the trauma and the defeat within you stays alive because you haven't dealt with it. We haven't dealt with it. Dark things coming to light. Shady ways are being revealed. Side chicks are being found out about. All of this. I'm using this example to say this. If you haven't recognized over the past, certainly the past 3 years, right before COVID, if you haven't recognized that the universe is in control and is doing some things, bringing dark things to light, making the unknown known, making the known unknown, dealing in dimensions that never happened before. What happened to our White House? An insurrection never happened before. All of this is what is meant by, if you don't recognize, you will be reckoned with because you're a part of it. Those who recognize don't want to be a part of it. They are working on themselves. They are getting away from the shunning part of the world, the rude part of the world, the wretched part of the world. They are choosing awakeness. They are choosing awareness. They are becoming mindful. They are becoming thoughtful. They are exercising charity from the heart, virtues of the soul, love for one another. They don't deal with the negativity of racist remarks. And so by default, they are the very light that all of those who are not that see in themselves as darkness. So when they shine, do you think they're so refreshing? No, we should all be that way. And so the value of their virtue is the light that's shining before you. And you have it too. You have it too. You have it too. I think, just an opinion, when we started celebrating the breaking down of a person, we started losing at that point. I ghosted him and proud of it. I served her tea and proud of it. I blocked him on my phone. I swiped left. All of this negativizing of a human being. If you don't want, if it's not going to go anywhere, just say that gracefully and let grace carry. Look, I am not a nun, and sometimes a hard time being a good sister in a church. So please understand. Please understand. But this one thing I do know, and maybe it comes from I don't know. People don't, they said it's not my profession. I was always that way. I don't know. You don't devalue a person. Who are you? When we're all imperfect. If you don't want to be with that person, say that. Don't ghost them. Mm-mm. Don't shun them. Don't block them. I have never blocked a person on the phone. Well, my god brother made me mad last week. I know he's watching this. He made me mad about it. We were talking some deep stuff and he wouldn't stop. So I said, I'm going to block you. But I even told him, if you don't stop, I'm going to block you. I had to look at my phone. Where's block? And then I forgot to block him. I was like, why haven't I heard from him? And he said, he DM'd me on social media. And he said, you haven't heard from me because you blocked me, knucklehead, blockhead. He said, you blocked me, blockhead. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. even good at blocking a person. I was like, oh, but you come back and tell sorry. It didn't last long. Well, it lasts long because I forgot I did it. But this is the point I'm making. It's pointless. The point I'm making is it's pointless. um, Value people. The light is revealing the light is exposing the darkness. The shady ways are being seen. Undercover is becoming uncovered. So just don't do it. Clean up your dirty work. Go back and apologize to you. It's not too late. So the thing about an apology is a debt due a person, and it doesn't have an expiration as to when it should be fulfilled. But because we're afraid, we know we did something wrong. Good, they might not talk to us. They will talk to you if they are aware and awake. They will. Now, it will be on their terms, but you need to take that. You need to, if you're the, you need to take that. But cleanse your issue, cleanse your karma, cleanse your debt. An apology is a debt. You're carrying all that. Come on now. Come on. Come on, True Blue. I love you. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, anyone that's out there that's using the language of awareness and awakeness and vibing and consciousness, who hasn't had the seasoned practice of it, in my opinion, it's like saying you're a born again Christian and ain't never been to church. You're a recovered alcoholic, but never said you're an alcoholic. It's You don't have the right to the claim, is what I'm saying. If you're truly that, you don't even have to say it. It will emit from you. The lightness will come through you. And the language and the way you live and the way you talk and the way you walk and the way you engage with others and the things you do and the things you won't do and your habits and your practice and your values and your all of that will show up for you because it's who you become. It's who you are. It's who you mounted yourself to be. Still in recognition that you're no better than anyone else. Okay? And I love you. Namaste. Y'all be good. Be good to people. People have value. People have value. Even the low down ones. There's something good in everyone. And I love you. Bye now. I love y'all. I hope y'all like that backdrop. I chose this just for y'all for this talk. All right, bye.